All right, guys, this is Joey here with Dixie Doggers TV, doing another podcast coming at you here at Hickory Crossings. Lanier Shaw Memorial, first annual. We lost Mr. Lanier. He's a statue in the Bay Pen world, especially this side of the Mississippi. He's been, he was one of those guys that would help you any way he could, and there's no telling how many people he's actually helped. And today we got a guy here with us, Mr. Cody Odom. He's an old Bay Pen traveling guy, and we're just going to let him introduce himself, tell him a little bit about you and, where you're from. And
Well, of course, I'm Cody. Everybody knows me that watches this. I'll speak on the Lanier thing real quick. He was a real standout guy. Like Mr. Joey said, he'll help anybody, do anything he can for anybody. And really, he was probably one of my favorite people at the Bay, and
yes.
he helped me a lot. I run with Mr. Lanier a lot, and Joey asked me to run Clyde last night at this Bay, and he probably looked better than I've ever seen him look ever probably. And we knew Lanier was in there with him.
Yes, he was.
It was just outstanding. He might not have won it, but the dog laid it out there, everything he could.
He sure did. That young dog that I ran, I let Kim run him.
Right.
It's from Mr. Lanier and Joyce. That little dog had never been on one dog by itself. He went there and laid it perfect down. Went to the bay off. Couldn't ask no more from it. So that just tells you the caliber of dogs that they've been breeding over the 26 years.
That's right.
That they've been doing with this. If more people were like that, the world would be a better place.
That's right.
There's too many that's out here in it for just the money or just, hey, say my name, shit like that. And you can't have it like that and be a family at the same time.
That's right.
It's you. Yeah, you're competing against each other, but you're not against each other.
You should still be friends, have a good time.
You can help each other out. There's been so many guys out here that's helped me in the past few years. I had no knowledge of this. Of course, the first time or two, nobody knew me and, didn't really say a whole lot. But then once I started coming a little bit, it was,
everybody wanted to help teach you the ropes.
Yeah, they were like,
that.
hey, man, try this instead of doing this. And, it's been great. Like I said, Lanier was one of them. I thought Lanier was mad at me at first. I was like, God, I think he's mad at me. So
right.
Then he'd walk off. He'd come back, and he was like, hey, bud, come here. Let me tell you this. And then
that's right. That's how it was.
Developed a friendship, So, like I said, we know Lanier's watching us, and we'll continue to have this in his honor. So
that's right.
All right, Cody, tell us about yourself, man.
I own Halo 2020 World Champion of the ABDR series. That's really, I started with Zeus Bayin. I won a good bit with him. I got him from Jennifer Morris, and then John Smith ended up with him. And so I cut my ties, and I actually started judging for a couple of years till I done it with a dog I raised, which became Halo. And of course, she wasn't even bait till she was a year old. Then some light switch flipped one day, and that was all she wrote. She's turned into a really nice dog. This year ain't been her year, but you can't win every one of them. If you could, it wouldn't be no fun.
Yeah, ain't no doubt about that. We were talking about that earlier. I said it's kind of like a football game. It'd be kind of a shitty game if it's just one team playing.
That's right.
So you said you raised her? Did you raise her from,
John bred the litter.
Okay.
And I got her. She was my pick because we made a deal kind of.
Yeah.
And I got her at 6 weeks old, and I've had her ever since. She don't really deal with nobody else. She's my dog. She won't go
there
nowhere.
There you go.
And I actually got another dog from John I competed with for a little bit. His name's Pop Tart.
Yeah.
Well, he's a man. He don't bullcrap too much.
Yeah. He's
you better have some strong hogs if you want me to bay him.
Yeah. There you go. Now, speaking of strong hogs, now you don't just bay here in Georgia.
No, sir. I've bayed in Koontz with Zeus and Pop Tart. Pop Tart took a first place in the amateur out there, and it actually got messed up by a hog in the woods the week before, pretty bad.
Yeah.
Went out there, took first place.
So these aren't just pen dogs.
No, they'll move around. I've hunted Halo once or twice just to prove a point. A nice dog in the pen can hunt too.
Yeah.
I've caught, like I said, one or two hogs with her, but that's it. But Pop Tart, he's mainly a woods dog. Like I said, you got to have strong hogs for him. But I went to Koontz with him. Then I took Zeus out there, and bayed and old and young. This was in 17 or 18, I don't remember. Took third, I think, and been going out west pretty much ever since.
You like it out there?
Yes, it's real nice. They got really nice hogs. I mean,
That's the big. It's from what I've talked to, several other people, and that seems to be one of the bigger deals. Is that the caliber of the hog? Of course, here there's a lot of testing, and
right.
there's a lot of rigmarole that you got to go through. So it's not like they can just over here in Georgia go out and catch a bunch of hogs and put them in there and just run them. And and I don't know all the rules and regulations and stipulations in the state of Texas or Louisiana either. So I won't do a comparison part, but as far as that goes, but as a comparison as the hogs in the pen that you're baying against, they seem like they're a
everybody knows
tougher hog out there.
Everybody knows the hog butthead up here at Hickory Crossing. Every one of them hogs out there, whether it's Texas or Louisiana, they're pretty much like him.
They got some badass hogs.
They gonna try to hurt your dogs if they get too close.
Yeah. I learned that shit the hard way with butthead. So them jags. Them little jags, they
They think they're Superman.
Yeah, they bait a couple other hogs, and they done good and they got rough. I had that one. She went there by herself and she decided she was gonna grab him on the end of the nose. And a little while later, me and Corey, thank God for Corey.
That's right.
So we still had her anyway. But yeah, butthead, he don't put up with no shit either.
No, them hogs out there, they don't either. You put some teeth on them, you better be ready to get a whooping.
Yeah, they can put it on you, huh? I got you. So, how many years have you been doing this? I mean, is there?
I think I started. I think it was the beginning of 17. Pistol Creek was my first hog baying when it was at the old place.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't even take a dog. I just rode out there with some buddies and drank a lot of beer.
Gosh almighty, we do that now.
Then after that, I took Pop-Tart to a couple bayings and we sent him to Texas. He won out there, and then I was training a dog for Jennifer Morris to hunt with my woods dogs.
Yeah.
And she wanted him back and offered me Zeus just to run in the pen, and we split the money and stuff. And I got I think I went to 6 hog bayings back to back and placed with him. And
hell yeah.
I offered her some money. It didn't work out, and then some stuff happened, and I ended up getting him back for a little while. And then I bred up a litter. Matter of fact, I was running with Ozzy. He won the Georgia State Championship at Troy Carroll.
Yeah.
And I got rid of that dog, and that's when Halo was born. And I judged that whole first year. Halo was a pup. I didn't care nothing about baying. I just judged, went and got my money and went home. I knew I was going home with some money.
Yeah, because I tell you what, there's a lot of times you go home, you kind of sad.
That's
and
right.
you kind of broke. But you always had a good time, though.
But the only pen I haven't placed at that I have competed at will be Uncle Earl's. So that's a goal of mine before it's all said and done. I'm a breeder this year, so she'll be back for Earl's next year, or breeder in a couple weeks. All
right, I got you. We you hear a lot of stuff about Earl's, and the Texas stuff out there. There's a couple of big hitters out there. There's some guys out there that's got some big dogs. Of course, we got Goose. Everybody,
You got Goose. You got Gorilla. Gorilla's turned into a really nice dog the past
I hear
couple years.
Uncle Pat talk about him on on Hog Dog Nation podcast. Y'all make sure y'all check that out at any time.
Right.
We're gonna be down there, not this coming week, but the next week. We're gonna be down there. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna collaborate, get together, try to do one big podcast. Just an episode is probably going to be one of the best. It's going to be the best one that we've ever done. It's probably going to be the worst one too, because I imagine there's going to be some shit talking going on. So y'all stay tuned in on that one now. But anyway, like you said, that gorilla dog, I've heard Pat talk about it.
He's got a good chance. Him and Goose is right there and running for the world championship. And I ain't going to say who I want to win because that's my business, not theirs. But
yeah.
Gorilla's got a good fighting chance to beat Goose. And I think this will be Gorilla's first world championship. And he's still a decently young dog. He ain't, fresh out the gate. And speaking on dogs, Crow, God rest his soul, he was probably one of the best dogs I ever laid my eyes on.
Really?
That dog,
I've heard a lot of stuff, and I've seen a few videos and stuff, but I never got to watch him bait.
Right. Well, that dog had heart. I watched him at Earl's. I think it was October. Don't hold me to it.
Mm-hmm.
He got both his back legs hurt, and that dog never quit.
Never quit.
That dog had heart.
There you go.
I watched him at Broughton Island one time. Can't remember who owned him. He had to go back to back 4-minute rounds 4 times, and he didn't do nothing but throw ass whippings all 4 times.
Never let up.
He was the real deal.
Hell yeah. All right, so that's 3 dogs right there.
But I mean, you got Ricky Campbell with Rooster, Trigger. He's got some nice young dogs. I can't recall their names.
Yeah.
Let's see. You got Miss Jean Rothy with Tater. You can't never count Tater out.
Mm-hmm.
You got Clyde and Miss June Cantrells. He's a really nice dog. I like watching him. She's got a nice 2-dog too named Bright Eyes. And you got Joey Barkley with Joker and Dillinger. And by God, he's always got some nice young dogs.
Really?
And then you got Troy Carroll in Florida. He travels like I do. He's got Ozzy and Max. I think they both hit big holes out there in the past year. I won the 2-dog with Ozzy last year. And then Max won it this 2 bayings ago with Randy Durrell's 12-year-old CJ dog.
Yeah. We got all right, we got some of the, and I know a lot of those names, and there's going to be some, some of our listeners that, which there's some people that watch it on YouTube, but
Right.
mostly we've got a better following on Spotify. I'm hoping this all just keep working and building it up, keep the sport. It's something new. Because, a lot of this stuff, we're just old country folks and we having a good time.
Right.
Technology, for my age group and older, we don't really give a damn about technology, but that's
Right.
the way we got to do it, to reach other people. With the dogs that you're talking about out there. All right, now, say you named off the top, basically 10 dogs. What do you got on this side of the Mississippi River?
Well, I mean, you got Halo, Ozzy, you got John Smith's, Camo, and Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of nice dogs over here that don't travel over there. Yeah. I don't know why. That's
more along the lines. What dogs here that don't travel? That because
right.
Like some of the guys, the guys out there, they know Halo. They know some of the dogs. They know the caliber dogs that are over on this side of the country.
Right. One person always comes to mind, Randy Domney. I mean, everybody knows he's got rough dogs. God, he's got 100 of them, but
and they all will get it.
We can't get him to travel over there for nothing, so we try to give him hell every time, talk him into it. I don't know if he's scared or worried, but he ain't going yet.
I'm telling you, man, I wish he would. Those dogs. That's really, like I said, I didn't ever watch them work until about 2 years ago. First time I seen Mr. Randy's dogs, and I never really wanted to get into the pen side of it so much. All ours is more the hunting stuff, but we always come to support it.
Right.
And I watched them dogs. I said, that makes me want a pen dog. And and every time I talk to him now, I'm like, man, them outlaw curs, they just drive me crazy, man. They drive me crazy.
They got heart. They ain't got no quit.
Like I told him the other night. I've said it on 2 or 3 videos. I said, Mr. Randy, I know you ain't listening. He don't even. I said podcast. He said, what the hell's that? I said, but if you ever get on there and look, I said, just let me know. I said, I want one of them. I said, I bring a stack about that thick. He said, hell, I don't want to count it. I just want to measure it. I said, well, I didn't say what it was going to be. It'd be dollar bills maybe, but yeah, that's one of the heavy hitters that I know over on this side.
Well, you got Kathy Joyner. She's got a bunch of nice dogs. She's got some coming up. She's got some that's seasoned dogs. Lulu's got some nice dogs.
Georgia Power.
Yeah, Drew Todd, he's got some real nice dogs. Milo, Nova, and if I ain't mistaken, he's got a nice young dog coming up. I ain't got to watch it, so I don't know too much about it. But
Johnny White was telling me about that.
Yeah, that's another person right there, Johnny White. He's done a lot for this sport. He's got in, he's spent some money, and him having spent money is starting to show, because it ain't very often he goes to a show and don't go home with something now.
Yeah.
He's starting to place pretty good.
I remember the first couple of times we seen Johnny, it was like he was new to this side of it. He wasn't new to the dog part, but he has come so far. And I mean, like you said, he ain't scared to get out here and spend no money. So it's, there's a lot of people that have some good dogs. There's a lot of good dogs on this side of the country. Like you said, it'd be nice if we could get all of them to load up and let's all go out to the Earls or, to any of Jake's
stuff like that. And I think a lot of folks are starting to want to travel more. It's just,
I believe so.
Traveling is hard. I mean, 9.5 hours, just for a couple runs, it's rough. Cause I only do it with one dog. Everybody else has got more, of course. But.
Yeah. Well, hell, that's all you need.
Well,
it
happens.
Come on now, you got go in there with one. I showed up with 35 dogs, and made the bay off one time, and you show up with one dog, you said, "Well, I'm just gonna win it all."
Well, you asked about us traveling over here. Some West folks have actually been traveling over here the past couple of bands. Like this band, we had Kendall and Reg, Donna Whipple. I think Kendall and Reg took first in the Hound, second in the Gyp Jam, and I think I took second in the One Dog last night.
Second in the One Dog.
So everybody over there thinks they can't compete at Hickory Crossing because of the trees. Well, Kendall and Reg done come over here twice.
They just done.
They come over here and competed last night.
They made a show.
Put the whooping on us.
Yeah, they made a damn good show. Hell, I know Cody Fritz has come out here before.
Jake's been here.
Been out
Garrett. Here. Well, Will Seeger brought Legend over here last year.
Yeah, last year.
And I paired him with Halo. We got first place with. We split it with Legend. Legend was in it twice. I can't remember. I think the other dog's name was Tough. We took first in that 2-dog pro class. And Will Seeger and Randy Durrell and Jake, they've all been down to Broughton Island too. Mm-hmm. But I'd like to see them, since Hickory Crossing looks like it's going to be on only baying for a little bit. I'd like to see them come up here because the trees ain't going to affect a good dog.
No, if it's a bay dog. And I mean, like I said, I'm not an expert and don't claim to be by no means. All I mess with is wood dogs. So, I deal with the trees all the time.
Right.
But from what I've seen with the other dogs that are pro dogs here, the trees don't affect them.
That's
I mean, they go in there and do their damn job.
I know that's a lot of reason folks don't come up here is the trees, or there's too many people in the pen, stuff like that.
It's a bigger pen, too.
A bay dog is going to bay regardless, in my opinion. I don't care if it's 5 pounds, 500 pounds, who's in there, who's not. Of course, the person handling the dog makes a difference, but my personal opinion, a bay dog is going to do it if it's going to do it. If it's not, it's just not his day.
Yeah. What's some of the things you look for that's going to tell you in a pup, like, this is the one that I'm going to work with, I'm going to spend my time, put my effort into. I mean, is it one of them deals like other stuff? If they've got it, they got it. If they don't, they don't. Or can they slowly mature into it and become better and better, or what?
Well, I really can't speak on the pup part because Halo didn't start baying until she was a year old. She'd chase butterflies while her brothers and sisters was baying perfects already at 6 months old.
Well,
they was winning old and youngs, puppy classes. Halo was just out there having the time of her life.
Yeah.
But one day we bayed Halo in the pen and just light switch flip. We bayed her for 6 minutes and it was perfect.
Dang.
And ever since then, it was on like Donkey Kong.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, you can't. Well, I mean, like you said you can't speak much on the pup part, but that's all we needed to know right there. Some of them will start early, and then some of them will start a little later.
Well, I'm big on letting a dog mature. Like Pop-Tart was a year old before I ever took him hunting.
Most of the people that I've talked to that are in the pen side of it, they don't mind waiting and letting that dog mature.
That's right.
A lot of guys that hunt, they don't want to wait. They want that dog at 6, 8 months old. It needs to be doing it all. But I learned that the hard way. I was going through a lot of young dogs real quick, and had a couple older guys that's like, well, slow down and let him mature some. And
that's right.
And it works.
It works. See, I'm a firm believer in maturity, and somebody made the statement one time. I don't remember who it was. I might could if I thought about it hard enough, but most nice young dogs don't make nice old dogs. And I believe that's a true statement.
Drew Todd told me that last night, as a matter of fact.
I think it was Drew that said that.
I think Drew Todd told me that. He said that, and most old dogs were not nice young dogs.
Right.
Or great young dogs. However, but that,
and looking back at the dogs, I personally know that is a true statement. Like Camo didn't start winning a lot till he was a little older. Zeus, I think he'd won one baying before I got him, and I got him when he was about 3, and Ozzy was a little older before he became a really nice dog. I ain't too sure about Troy's Max, though, but this is the ones I know personally that they had aged up a little bit before they just, them dogs is hard to beat no matter where they go.
Yeah.
They show up, it's, you can count on them being in the top 3 if they don't mess up. But I reckon that's any dog.
Yeah. Well, ain't no doubt about that. That's, so what's some upcoming events that you know of that you can tell some of our listeners to, that you'll be going to?
I'm out for the rest of the year because like I said, I'm breeding next week. But you got Triple R, and I think it's the 10th, 7th through the 10th in October. Yeah. Then you're going to have Triple R again in January. And I think Broughton Island's going to try to fire back up next year for their Valentine's
Well, I hope
baying.
so.
And then you'll have Earl's in March.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 4 shows I know of right now. Somebody may pop up with another one. I'm not sure. I try not to ask too many questions unless it's posted on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay.
But, I mean, if you're going to want to go to a good hog bay and it's Triple R in 2 weeks, it's the real deal. They got it rocking and rolling out there. Mr. Lynn, you know, it's at his place. He got the hog situation, and Jake puts on a good show. And
yeah.
I mean, you just go out there and have a good time. Drink beer, bay your dogs.
Yeah.
This is gonna be y'all's first time out there.
Yeah, I've never been. Yeah.
And well, the first time I went to Lynn's playing, that's the time I won the old and young, the biggest class, and the 2-dog biggest class.
Well, I need some of that luck on me. I'm gonna take one or two of my old dogs out there and see what I can do.
Well, it was hard fought. I promise you that. I think they both ended in 6-minute rounds, and there was a bunch of good dogs in it. I think I only had Halo paired in the old and young once, and I only had her paired in the 2-dog twice. So the odds were with me that weekend, and I ain't hit a whole lot there since. I've run some mighty fine lines, but luck just didn't fall in my favor.
I heard that. How much has this sport changed since the time you started till it is now, for the good and the bad?
It has grown a lot. You know, with folks like Johnny White coming in, there's been a bunch of newcomers. I started right before Lulu and them did, so they're a little newer than me, but I mean, they've got seasoned dogs just like I do.
Mm-hmm.
It's grown, but I've seen a lot of the older crowd also go out because they didn't like the way things were changing, but things are changing for the better, in my opinion. Like Jake Lacano has changed the bay pen world. He has made it grow. If it wasn't for him, I would say the bay pen would probably be close to shut down.
Yeah. I agree. Like I said, I've still been here for, I don't know, I think 5 years now. When I first started, it was, every other time we'd make it. And then, but the past, I guess, probably 3 to 4 years, it's been, I'm at every one that I can go to.
Well, 4 years ago, roughly, we had 7 bay-ins in Georgia going at one time. So you was going to 2 bay-ins a month.
Yeah, well, see, that's when I first started. I was like, because I said, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to. And then I got to looking at all the bands. I was like, shit, I have to move to Georgia.
That's right. I mean, once you get committed, you're committed. There ain't no backing out unless you're just going to quit.
Well, that's like I said. I've done come to terms with it. I'm like, might as well grab a hold of a collar and turn them loose.
That's right. And you don't never know what a dog's going to do. Folks get mad at their dogs for messing up. I can't say it. I've got mad at Halo, but I get over it quick because dogs ain't perfect.
No.
That's a big thing. It's like, this dog's going to win. No, he might not today. That's what I like about Hickory Crossing. You don't never know who's going to win, who's going to place where. It's just any given day, any dog could win up here.
I think every time that I've been here, there's been a different first place dog. Now that dog might be in second and third in the 2-dog or something like that multiple times.
That's right.
But I honestly think that every single time there has been a different 1-dog winner. A first place winner and a different 2-dog first place winner. So that just tells you, the diversity of it. I've been here where there was so many damn dogs. We've stayed up and just bay, and then I've been here where there was half that many dogs, and it's still the same way. It's the intensity of it and the dedication of the people that come here. It's insane. I mean,
well, that's like last year when Will Seeger come and I paired with him and Halo and Legend. I think we ended up baying till 5 o'clock Sunday afternoon just in the 2-dog.
Yeah, because I think we wound up leaving early because I was like, boys, this ain't going to end.
That's right.
For a long time. Because, I mean, it was, y'all was getting with it. Yeah, because I seen it on Facebook. I think we was almost home when y'all finished up.
I think we went through 3 rounds of bay off on that one, too. I don't rightly remember, but it was something like that. It was a good time, dude. I mean, it's a good time up here every time. I like hog baying. It's fun. Gets you out of the house. Get to see good dogs work. But, I don't know what you call it. The camaraderie in the sport's really nice, too.
The fellowship.
That's right. I think that's where I was looking for.
Yeah, the fellowship. That's, and you got it all, honestly. Like Mr. Don. I mean, this morning he's having church before we start the baying.
That's right.
So this is not a thing, you know. Even though most of us sit around, we drink beer and we tell lies and tell stories and talk dogs and all that. That doesn't mean that's all that happens. I mean, there's still, you know, we're still good Christian folks that want to, you know, you get up on Sunday morning. If you've been from out of town and you're used to going to church every day, you can go get the Word of God
right.
first thing that morning. Then you can base some dogs.
That's right. And speaking on Don, he's brought a lot in the sport. He's got heavy. That Blake dog, that Malinois,
Made the Wall of Fame.
Yep.
Last night.
Dang sure did.
With a Belgian Malinois.
I wouldn't have never expected it, especially not looking at the dog. I was like, man, there ain't no way. But
what do you think the first time you ever seen Blake?
There wasn't no way he was going.
Yeah,
I didn't think he was going to do nothing. I mean, to be honest with you, I thought this old just K9 drug dog.
Mm-hmm.
He come in, he proved me wrong. Blake is a nice dog.
He is. I mean, he's intense.
I mean, I don't know that Don's hit anything over here with him really, but when that dog travels out west, he becomes a different dog.
Really?
Like maybe the better the hogs, the better he is.
Yeah. Well, I know, like I said, we was watching him last night, and he had some fine runs, you know.
That's right.
And it seemed like the more intense the hog was, the better he was.
That's right.
It really did. And that's the difference in the breeds. And you're not just going to see just a Catahoula out here. You're going to see everything.
Catahoulas, Fast, Cur dogs.
Yep. Patterdale.
Malinois.
Jags. I was going to say German Rottweilers. Remember?
Yep. Nina Fredericks got some.
That damn.
She got 2 or 3 Rottweilers. One of them bay like hell.
I mean, hell, there's been bulldogs baying and
that's right.
All kinds of stuff. You know, it's one of those things. If you've never been around it, you need to come experience it. Especially if you're an outdoorsman, you like hog hunting, or you like dogs in general. Man, it's kind of like the old school field trials where, you know, the old men used to sit around and talk around the fire at night and while the dogs are running. Well, that's what's happening out here.
That's right.
We had a fire last night. There was the last couple of dozen of us. We're all sitting around. The dogs are working. We're all sitting there talking, and I've learned more by that than I have at anything else.
Well, I think a big thing is a lot of hunters think this bait pen stuff stupid because you're just watching the dog work in a pen. Whether that dog's in a pen or in the woods, the dog's still working, in my opinion. And in this pen, if you ain't got a run and catch dog and it's baying, you're going to see a lot of these bay dogs in the pen bay a hell of a lot tighter than what our woods dogs will.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, that's the difference between run and catch dogs and bay dogs. So I think it's pretty intense, in my opinion, just to watch that dog work that close and work that hard. I've watched a bunch of dogs take a bunch of ass whippings and just keep on ticking.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of Catahoula's woods dog. I've owned a couple that was decent. But in this pen stuff, they're just all out good dogs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen that's one of the more dominant breeds. And
that's right.
And it's because that's what seems like that's what the hell they're bred for, you know.
That's right.
They get it done. But like you said, from a hunter's point of view, when I first came, I went to Reggie Little's first one I ever went to over in Mississippi. And I kind of liked it at first, and I was like, I said, this really ain't for me. And then I messed around. I was reading Tusker's magazine, and I kept seeing them pictures of Hickory Crossings up here, and I said, man, I'm going to go get my picture made right there in that spot.
That's right.
And so we came out here, and until I really understood the rules
right,
and everything about it, to me, it wasn't stupid, but it was like, well, that's just not me. But now I understand, you know, the deductions, what each one of them is. This is what the dog is supposed to do, the whole thing. It's like now I can sit there and watch that dog bay for, if that son of a bitch wants to bay for an hour, I'll sit there and watch every move it makes. I want to watch every move that hog makes. So, you know, if you come to a bay pen and it's really not what you're used to, give it a chance. Talk to some people, you know, figure out how they judge it. Look at the points. Look at how the things go. And once you get that whole understanding of it, then base a decision off of that. Don't jump the damn gun on it and be like, well, that's stupid. I ain't coming back. I know a bunch of people think NASCAR's stupid as hell because they just go to the left real fast.
That's right.
But I guarantee you those guys that's in that damn car doing 210 mile an hour, they don't think it's very stupid, you know.
Damn right. They catching a good payday, too.
Yeah, you damn right. Hey, that's another thing, the paydays.
Yeah.
That's something right there that has changed a whole lot. since the very first time that I started.
Right.
The paydays the payouts and stuff like that, it's crazy.
I think my ABDR points last year totaled up to be 8,000 and some change, and that's every point is $1 made.
Yeah.
So that's roughly what I made last year, not counting that Calcuttas I bought, because last year I was an idiot and bought all my Calcuttas and it worked out. But I haven't bought another one since, because I was like, hey, my luck's going to run out.
Yeah, I got you.
So you can probably near about double what I just said number-wise, and that's probably what I made baying hogs last year.
Yeah. And I mean, that ain't bad for just a few times.
Right.
And,
well,
and
I
going
went
and drinking some beer, hanging out, baying dogs.
I think it was 10 hog bayings last year. I might be a number off right here, and I won 9 of them.
Yes.
And Uncle Earl's was the one. Let me rephrase that. I might not have won, but I at least placed. And Uncle Earl's the only one I didn't.
Damn. That's pretty damn strong, I think.
Yeah. Well, especially with one dog, I ain't fighting with, I think most kennels got 3 to 5 good dogs.
Yeah. Hell, the first purchase I made, I bought 2.
Right.
See, I should just got one dog.
Well, I mean, everybody says you got that once in a lifetime dog, and Pop-Tart's my woods dog once in a lifetime. I reckon Halo's going to be my pin, because I ain't going to never get that lucky again.
Man, that's something. I mean, it's one of those feel good stories, because, you had it from a pup. It's come full circle.
Right.
It's went from chasing the butterflies and being the last one to start,
right,
to being king of the ring.
Right, yeah, I mean, and in my opinion, she's probably arguably the best one of the litter. There's a couple nice ones out of it that's made it.
Mm-hmm.
They can win some money here or there, but they ain't consistent across the board. If I haul Halo, I expect she's going to at least make the bay off. If she don't, something bad happen.
Yeah.
Like when we went to Triple R, we didn't get the best of hogs that one time, and you don't ever know what a hog's going to do. It's a wild animal.
Yeah.
And Halo won't catch. She liked it did that day. And then her next partner, he was just too big for her. And that's a big thing in this. You got to know how to pair your dogs. Like Halo moves a lot, so I try to pair her with a dog that's going to stand back, let her tote the whooping, and let her move in front of the other dog so she don't catch a bad cross, because that's one of her big problems. So it's a statistics thing. You got to know your dog. You got to be able to read a hog. You got to know what's about to happen. Like a lot of folks don't believe in talking to their dogs. I feel like I've talked Halo out of a bunch of mistakes, because she's, in my opinion, 3 years old, still young.
I do agree with that. I had a young dog in there earlier, this first time hauling her, first time putting her in.
Right.
She went and she started baying, and then the other hogs moved over there, and she turned her head, and the other dogs was barking, and she turned it, and all I did was just holler a little bit.
Yep.
And she went right back at it.
I think it helps keep them dogs focused, and they're like, hey, he's got my back when I'm supposed to be done doing what I'm doing. I know he's right here with me. I think dogs know what's going on. They can read a hog too. Some dogs is better than others, but
they feed off your energy.
Right, they feed off of you. But if Halo knows that's a bad hog, she's gonna back up a smidge and let him do what he's got to do too. But if she's like, hey, I can handle this hog, she's gonna get up and she's gonna work and sway in front of him and do what she's got to do. But me feeding words to her, I say motivation. She don't know what the hell I'm saying.
A lot of people, they don't believe in talking to them. And I actually had one dog. If you talk to that dog, it's gonna turn around and run back to you.
Right. That's right. Well,
but then I've had others. You got to scream and holler. You got to be.
That's right.
Kim Simmons. Yeah,
that woman. She can talk every breath. I could be give out listening to her.
You hear me that one day, and I said, my mouth sometimes gets going too much, and she got to hammering down. I said, "Damn, Kim, let the dog bay. Let the dog bay." She turned around and said, "Shut the hell up." And it's that little Jericho dog.
That's right.
She got it from us. Me and my brother-in-law. We raised some patterdales and stuff together, and that's one of the few little patterdales that I've ever seen that would bay worth the shit. Anyway,
that's right.
She loves it. She's so funny.
She loves them little dogs. She puts everything she's got into them.
That woman works, don't she?
Yep.
She stays busy.
I think she might work harder than the dog does. So.
Last night she was standing there, and I told her, I said, "No, we can't holler at this one right here. We got to let him work, that chaos dog, And when she's sitting there, she just clench up and she go to shake it. I was
wanting
like,
to talk.
I said, damn, Kim, you going to pass out. And then when Dog Beta Perfect, she was out there jumping up and down. You know,
right.
and to see them that excited, and it's not even her dog. That's what makes it. That's what makes this whole thing, to me, it's like I got to be involved in it, you know.
That's right.
Now, as far as the hollering and the talking to the dogs and stuff like that, is there like certain things like vocalizations that work better than others that you feel?
Like,
do you hear more? Or do you hear more of talk to them or more of the yee or whatever?
I think it's about a 50-50 because I can personally do both with Halo. She just knows I'm there. It depends on the heat of the moment. Like if she's taking a nasty charge, I'm probably going to hit a higher pitch. That way she can still hear me and stay focused. But if the dog's just sitting there baying us, talk to him, girl. That's it.
Just be steady.
It's just, it's part of knowing how to read your dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of dogs, you can watch them, good dogs. If they ever start to, stiffen up, most folks is going to pick it up because they think something's about to happen. They'll feed to that dog more. Try to make the hog move. Folks will wave their hat, stuff like that, to catch that dog's attention and make it focus again.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when that dog stiffens up most times when he's probably going to look out. That's what I've noticed. I may be wrong. But.
That's something that I've known that I didn't know you could do. Like, like wave your hat, wave your hands. And I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, man, if I'd only known this. But you know what? I still wouldn't know it if I hadn't kept my ass coming.
That's right.
If I'd have just give up that first time, I wouldn't have known none of it. And it's one of them deals, man. Like I said, I don't know. I keep going on and on about it. I got a lot of hunting buddies. I've tried to get them to come to bait pens. Of course, they don't want to give it a try yet.
Right.
So I told them, I said, well, take them damn woods dogs and come out there.
Dang right. Pop-Tar was a woods dog before he went to Koontz and got first in the amateur class. I mean.
Well, I think, and the options, you got options on about everything. Like I said, it's more along the lines, I guess, of the understanding the whole thing.
That's right.
Before you make that damn decision.
I mean, it's a learning curve. You learn something new every time.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody can't sit there and tell me what every hog's gonna do. You might think you do, but it's a wild animal. You don't know what the hog's about to do. You don't know what your dog's about to do because ain't none of them perfect. They all make mistakes.
That's right.
And you might be off that day, and your dog can feel it in you. That dog knows what's going on, and that dog, it might throw that dog off. It might pick that dog up because it's like, hey, he needs to feed off me today. I think that has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, that's that energy thing I was talking about. A dog feeding off the energy. I have been hunting with people. And they'll be ill, all pissed off and stomping around, and they'll get their dog. And that dog will be out wagging its tail, ready to go. And then they'll, snatch that leash real quick or something. Next thing you know, then that dog, it just changes them.
Yep.
But now if you're up there bouncing around, carrying on, having a good time, laughing and giggling, usually that dog's doing the same thing.
That's right.
And so, I think that, like you said, that it doesn't necessarily even have to be the vocalization part, but with the vocalization and good energy and and having a good dog, hell, it seems like, it's a recipe for success.
That's right. And, a prime example of that, and I feel like it is, Randy Durrell. If he's walking a dog to the pen, you can best bet you're going to have to beat that son of a bitch. Because if he's got a dog lead on it, it's good. And I think that's because I'm not going to call Randy cocky. Randy's confident, and them dogs feel that.
I think there's some people out, and like I said, we're still kind of new to. There's some people that talk shit,
That's right.
And everybody hates a winner.
Oh,
Not everybody, but you know what I'm saying. Haters gonna hate a winner, and I think it was the greatest thing ever. I've never met Randy. Looking forward, hoping I get to meet him. And hell, I want to meet him and carry on. But when he made them videos of Goose, I was like,
"Yep,
this is awesome," because it's like, hey, here I am. But
somebody come take it from us.
Yeah, but now that's the thing too. I'm not talking no shit. I ain't got a dog in that race, but damn, Mr. Randy, won't you come over here to Hickory Crossings and bring him?
I'd like to see him come. I don't think he ever will. Like I said earlier, everybody's scared of them trees. And
let's get a GoFundMe thing. We'll get us some gas money. We'll get a motel room and all that good thing together.
That's right. Well, I mean, I'll talk shit with Randy.
He might kick my ass first time he sees me. He gonna be like, that son of a bitch right there, I might have to get him.
Yeah, everybody thinks Randy's cocky and just a big old asshole. Randy's actually a really good guy. You know, I thought he was cocky when I first met him, but
it's confidence.
Getting to know him, he's really confident. He knows what his dog's gonna do,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just a genuinely good guy. Now, will we still talk shit about Halo the Goose? You dang right, and I'm still waiting on that head-to-head we were supposed to do last year.
Oh, hell there, Randy. You listening?
Mean, it's part of it.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen one day, though. I ain't gonna say she's better. I ain't gonna say he's better, because
we might have to find a damn halfway point, get in a cotton field.
That's right.
And let it have it out.
I will say, I mean, that dog got his nut busted out in March, and somebody's turned around, and he's still the real deal.
Well, like Cody said, you know, talking trash and carrying on and all that stuff. When I asked him about doing this, and I asked him about Goose, and that's what he told me. He said, this is probably the best bay dog I've ever seen. He said that's a fact.
I mean, he is now. I was a fan of Crow.
Yeah.
I mean, Crow was just all around amazing. He'd one dog, he'd two dogs, he'd do whatever the hell you wanted him to do.
Yeah.
But realistically speaking, Goose is the best bay dog I've seen. But Crow,
out there.
Yeah.
You got to come over here and prove it though.
Right. I mean, he don't.
I'm gonna get some shit started.
Well, that's like. I mean, Jake even said it in a video last year. We made a series. The ABDR is supposed to crown a champion like the people wanted. Halo won it. She won it. Broughton Island, Pistol Creek, Hickory Crossing, Triple R. I feel like I'm missing one, but she won it all them pins except Triple R multiple times last year.
Yeah.
It wasn't just once. So she traveled out west, stayed on the east, done it all.
She done the whole circuit.
Right. I mean, we haven't been to Oklahoma or South Texas yet. I'd like to go out there. It's just all how time falls.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like everywhere I go, I know I can compete with a dog. And a lot of folks over there think, hey, we can't come compete in Georgia because our dogs can't handle it. And I'm probably going to catch a lot of shit for this one. A bay dog's going to bay any hog that comes out.
That's what I've come to
And if nobody believes me, I have a video on my phone of Halo baying a 5-pound pig. I will send it to you.
Yeah. I know a man that has a woods dog that will bay a 5-pound pig or a 500-pound. It doesn't matter.
And Justin Stokes, we may not see eye to eye all the time. He's a good guy, but we just had cross words. Yeah. He's a damn good judge. And he come up to me, he said, Cody Odom, you wasn't kidding when you said that dog can bay anything that comes out the chutes.
Yeah.
That's what a bay dog's supposed to do, in my opinion. She'll one dog, she'll two dog. I mean, she's won both, clearly. But, you know, some folks say, oh, one dog's supposed to be rough and have more heart. I mean, if it bays it, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, we're not getting style points on it.
You ain't got to be flashy. You just got to get the job done.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. If it was based on just style and stuff like that, well, hell, we'd have to give Mr. Randy Dominy that.
Dang right.
I'm going to say, I'm going to keep on. Give me one of them outlaw curves. You hear me, Randy?
Right.
I'm going to give me one of them outlaw curves.
That's right.
I might have to go to the bank and get a loan before I can get one of them, though.
And yeah, everybody that wins a lot. It's like Nick Saban one time said.
Roll Tide.
Well, not hell roll
I'm
Tide.
from Alabama, Roll Tide.
It's Florida Gators. But
oh, my Jesus. We got Gators in Alabama, too.
Humility ain't but a week away.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Please don't jinx it.
Well, I mean, that's the Nick
Please
Saban.
don't jinx it.
He said it. Humility ain't but a week
Yeah.
away. And
One thing I like about old Saban is that son of a bitch is honest.
He is.
He is humble. I mean, they go...
You beat somebody by 50 points and then you critique your team.
Yeah.
It's like,
we beat the last year's national champions by 50 points. Well, yeah, but shit, man, we still messed up on this, and this. It's like,
y'all let Mercer score on y'all though. Mercer, they a law school, man.
Look, man, we gotta let high school ball players play too. That's what I used to, where we live at, the Alabama Auburn thing's huge.
That's right.
Man, I used to get people fired up. They'd be like, oh, you're an Auburn fan? I was like, hell no. They're like, oh, you're an Alabama fan? I was like, hell no.
That's right.
Oh, then it was like, what are you? I was like, I don't really watch football. I played the fifth.
I mean, I watched Florida play. I ain't no die-hard. I'm going to whoop your ass because you whoop mine.
Well, by God, in Alabama, there's some of them guys over there that are. Woo.
Oh, yeah. A bunch of bandwagoners,
Yeah.
too.
Like you said, though, that's That's something.
Yep.
What the hell was you saying before I cut you off?
Humility ain't but a weak
Oh,
point.
yeah, that's
Just because
right.
you think you won this one don't mean you're going to win the next one. Stay humble.
Exactly. That's
I think
that's
Lulu
true.
and them, I think that's part of their slogan for their kennel. It's humble. I can't remember. It's got something to do with humble, though. And it's true. You got to remain humble.
I'm just now getting to know them some, and which of course, you know who they are.
Right.
You gonna know Lulu when she's out here walking around and carrying on and stuff.
Well, she'll talk to anybody.
Yeah,
She don't care if she in there and met you. She gonna talk to you.
That's the first time I ever met her. That's how I met. She said, "What's up, big guy?" And just started. And I was like,
Right.
"Okay, how you doing?"
She's brought a lot into the sport. I mean, she come in, got some good dogs. Her old Troy dog, God rest his soul. He was a nice dog. He caught cancer and died.
Yeah.
She's got a dog named Center now, and he ain't no joke. I mean, when he's there, he's there. He's got it going on.
Yeah, they seem to, like I said, they seem to have a pretty good setup going there for them.
That's right.
So, well, man, I'm glad you got to get on here, or glad you decided to get on here with us. All your points of views, everything that you talked about, we all appreciate it. I'm really hoping that maybe we can all be at a pen out west sometime together pretty soon. Like, next time you get to, after you do the breeding and stuff, maybe next year.
I mean, I still might show up out there just without a dog. I mean, hell, I come here this weekend without a dog just because.
Yeah, well, that's what's fixed. Say you didn't even have a damn dog. But hey, we all get together out there. Maybe we can sit down, me and you and Nate over here, my cameraman / backup guy. And then get Mr. Randy over here too with Mr. Randy Durrell, and y'all can talk.
Like a UFC
press yeah. You can get up there. You think he'll have his hat on, and have some sunshades or something?
He might be trying to be like Conor McGregor.
Oh shit, man! I'm telling you, that's something. All right, folks. Well, we're gonna cut it off, and we appreciate Mr. Cody Odom.
I appreciate y'all.
That badass dog Halo. I mean, we know that some bitch would do it on this side of the Mississippi and the other side of the Mississippi, so. Maybe we can get something going with it. No, we wish you luck in the future. And all y'all listeners out there, hey, anything we can do, y'all holler at us. Email us, hit us up, push the like button, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you.